But anyway, for the next 2 or so hours, I will be playing the Grace Attorney Chronicles. Thank you so much for being here with me. I will hopefully have a voice at the end of this. But let's just start right into this, and by all means, you know, interrupt me with all your inane thoughts, Win, because of course you will. But please don't you have homework? Oh yeah, we were found guilty. Now we have to tell the people that no, we are actually not guilty. I wonder how this is gonna end up. I wonder. Okay, I'm just jumping right into this. I prefer grilled burgers. Grilled burgers. I haven't had a grilled burger in so long. You're making me hungry, Death. That is bad. You're a bad influence. Oh. I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. Wait. Oh, no, I'm listening to what they're saying, okay. I do agree that the gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. Sucks to me as well, I'm making myself hungry. Well, that's your own fault. That sounds like a you problem. I mean, I could always just, I don't know, go into intermission and just get something to eat and just like, see you guys later. I'll be back in like 10 minutes for something to eat. But no, I wouldn't do that. I've just started anyway. I haven't even been live for 10 minutes. Not right now. Okay, fine. When you get yourself hungry, remember to get me a burger too. When stuff explodes and I can poison you, it's absolutely lethal. Gases? Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Truth with all, the tea my wife serves up to me is a little sketchy at times. Oh yeah, we're talking about tea. But what does your wife have to... What does his wife have to do with anything? And who the hell... You're hurting me there. You're hurting me, Dad. Who the hell am I? I could pull a Gurren Lagann thing here. Oh, I don't know if you've seen Gurren Lagann. If you have, honestly, great first half, kind of lackluster second half. And I know my opinions on Gurren Lagann aren't the most, not you the fourth juror. Oh, is she, okay. She is the wife of the owner of the gas company. So she has a vendetta. Oh, yes, also may the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. I had half a mind to play a Star Wars game, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted to play, so I decided I wasn't going to play a Star Wars game. Besides, I have Ace Attorney to play. But no, she's the wife of the owner of the gas company. Also, she is the queen bee. That's why she has this bee thing going on. If nothing else, Bass, the victim sleeps at night. There's no other explanation, is there? I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supplies has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind. No. You really should mind. Truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. No. Susato, we have a point. We have a point here. Let us work through this. And Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? To be honest, that one stings. I think maybe you should fly that one around. Maybe a little bit more. I don't believe you concocted that one really well. I don't know, maybe Wasp to be expected. Okay, I'll stop. How are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. Should fly away with this. Don't be coming here with all your bog puns and stuff. But that's surely almost impossible at this stage. I'm so tired. I know. It's been a long day for you, hasn't it? Why do they bug you? I don't know. It's not that they bug me, it's just that they kind of sting. So I was hoping that those bones could be a bit more sweet like honey. I don't know. I ran out of bee puns. Sorry. If we don't manage it though, Mr. Nesme will. Do you want us to pull in that? No! Oh no! Oh no! Please win, please. I'll be found guilty. No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Okay, jury examination, and there's still that guy with that so punchable face. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. Okay, so let's see. Okay. No, sorry. Let's not present. Hold it. So, all the evidence you said, go to bed, sleep tight, and don't don't let the back box bite. I'm telling you, this guy has such a punchable face, I can't handle him. It's okay. My English isn't really that good either. I just fake it. All the evidence you say. That's right, and there's no room for doubt. All this pointing at the Japanese man with the... It's all pointing to the Japanese man with the big mustache. Says the Englishman with the even bigger mustache. Stutter at the finest. Gotta look out for the Bob bite. Oh, Bob. Yeah, don't let Bob bite you. He is, he doesn't know the difference between a play bite and an actual bite. He's kind of a... ish. Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. I'm gonna... By all means, Wendy, thank you for being here, and have a nice nap. If only we had that kind of evidence. Don't worry, the submission examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light. Hopefully. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock. Okay. Okay, so what about you? This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam. But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should ultimate gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can't feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Oh, yes, madam? It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price of our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of things like this, man, that the cost goes up. Unfortunately true.
as I've seen with my new job, is unfortunately because of things that, well, partially because of things that prices go up. Partially. Oh, what a beastly man! Madam Camp Monsters, those hunch shelters, poisoning Dia and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable. No. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas. It's not made up. Okay. Hold it. I mean, you're not wrong about gas being... So, can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I take poison over gas every time. You take poison? Well, what I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right. I hadn't considered that at all. Young lawyer man. Yes, I haven't gotten to her yet, and she's been interjecting like crazy. You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's... It does, but I'm not sure exactly. Because you're the company's legal representative. Hey, there's a... But how and why, though? Wait. Are you saying that poison does explode? I haven't never heard about that one. Okay. Give me a second, I'll be right there. There's something that's just... Let's just finish on the side. Good. Gas on fire. I have been thinking about the gas, because could the gas have poisoned... could have been the gas that poisoned this guy. Champier. That's a question I had. I never brought it up because I still don't have any evidence on that. But that's my question. Still. Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Oh, yes. There you go. Capitalize on this. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. So you say. Hold it. Okay, we know what you gotta say. Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? There's an all-out attack on the way here. Here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really bossing now. Oh, Ryonosuke is joining in on the B-puns. I forgot about that one. All I've heard about a wonderful field is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, huh? What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison. Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madame. Nevertheless, the death of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobate to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who, madame? Other gas companies, of course. This is new. What are you talking about? Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting. We generate gas and we deliver it to our customers fair and square. Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madame. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are others, scrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal all gas, you see, and sell that. Huh. I wonder about that.
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas company like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert gas into their own rotten pipes. If they make a contract with a household supply by those pipes, and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft. Oh my gosh. I guess we're gonna take a divergence into gas companies, because I mean, maybe other countries, but even that, do they know? I don't know. I mean, this was the early 1900s. I bet they could do that sort of thing and try not to get noticed. When we visit customers' homes to collect the money for the meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to it. No! No! This idiot, don't tell me. Might seem unbelievable, but it's happening. All the time, right here in the capital. Do you have anything to say, buddy?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh, golly. Oh. Do you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. There's a new punchable face. Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna see if I can, like, isolate that. I really did catch him off guard there. No, I'm good. I'm fine. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled up about it recently, you see. Go on. I think this is gonna get very interesting. An ultimate gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check on your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. And do you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please, tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets here. Oh, please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. Yeah, go ahead. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connecting their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's also very low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Oh, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe the lights of an adjacent property that had no contact with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it, in a nutshell. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. That is actually very elegant and simple. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, that particular worker who came by my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might, and you can guess what happened, can't you? Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean... That's right. The lights didn't just flicker. They went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring onto the... I think this is it. I think this is it. This is the lead I needed. What a disaster. The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard. So the flames went out. I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas... Oh my god! Wait a second. Do I have a picture of it? Oh my god! Is this what this is all about? Okay. Okay. So, I was wondering where this was going to come into play. So, you're telling me that this entire house, this entire building, has the fake gas company running to the gas thing and everything? I think that's the thing. But what does that mean, though? Wait, shady gas company, maybe rotten pipes, maybe equals like gas leaks equals poisoning by gas. I think that's it. I think that is the track that we're trying to go into here. It's possible to extinguish lamps and stove connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruhado, I think perhaps... Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like. I don't mind. Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying... Like I said, madame, it is widely known already. Very well, Juror number 3. You will amend your statement accordingly. Let me see if I have to actually look into the thing. No. It's not giving me an option to examine. Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. We got it. Blow too hard into a gas pipe, you extinguish everything in the house, and then you're in real trouble. We haven't considered all the evidence. Okay, I'm gonna check those later, because this is the thing. Okay, let me see if we get anything new from this. When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on the different floors? Oh, yes, all floors are connected to the same pipe after all. Oh my god, it is! This is right! This is right! I think I'm right! Because I tend to remember, but Natsume said that he was feeling something strange that very day. It's the gas. It's the gas. That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for all properties. Well, I had no idea it was possible to extinguish gas appliances by simply blowing down the pipe. Well, we did it, boys. Yes. It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we had to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Indeed. It has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers even. Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to someone's death. This is what Mr. Natsume was saying. Mr. Naruhado, I think perhaps... Yes, it's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all these strange occurrences. The question is who? Now that we know the what, the question is the who. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I need to pit this guy with the first juror. So let's see if I can do it right.
Objection.
No? There's two statements.
My lord, as a former of the jury, I must object.
What?
Being a leader is my duty to stand up for our jurors here present, and I stand for them I will. I concur with the foreman, counsel, I warn you. I shall not bite any pettifoggery.
So you got your facts straight? Keep your pointy fingers to yourself. I thought I did. Dang it, I thought I had it. But that's okay. We'll get this, Oh, no way. Okay. I'm pitting this guy with this guy.
Objection.
There we go. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! To whose statement do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 6. Do you hear what juror number 3 just said?
Well, yeah, of course. I did hear him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something beside Mr. Nasumisti did, in a matter of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there? I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Oh, come on, this guy. What a piece of work. He's a man. What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speakest thou? Really, it is not strange and strange. That is what I say to thee, sir. Stop prancing like an idiot. I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine would have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room, sorry. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord!
Oh yeah, we're still talking about the strychnine. I mean, he's a jester, a clown if you will. Yes, he is totally a clown. Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying? Or is gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress will perform a kissing with him. For shame, madame. Speaking thy fancy. I assure you I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes. Sorry. Boom. Oh my god. This is no submission examination, this is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friends' conjecture. What? To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips on the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. Again, you idiot? There is no possible proof that the man did as you said.
Objection.
It's true. I have no means to prove that Mr. Shakespeare put his lips onto the pipe. I mean, let's just see. The answer is all of them. He has a whole bar underneath the stand, underneath his stand, you know. He has like a whole bar set. It reminds me of Godo. Like Godo probably has like a whole cafe underneath. You need to restrict yourself. I think he's just drunk off his hinges right now. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shakespeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. Okay, and I have evidence to prove it. Yes, let's do this. Huh? You gonna say something? Alright, you got our attention, lad. I like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. I like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So would I. Let's see this evidence then. Okay, now that I got the jurors here, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shakespeare stood in front of the gas lamp. Do you imagine this being Goto's law? I don't know, because in either continuity it doesn't work unless he. No, I don't wanna say stuff because because this guy's British and Goto is either Japanese or American depending on where do you like go with like the canon of Ace Attorney. But we have this thing. Oh my god. Somehow I don't like the black and white picture here because it makes it look like it's something else. I'm not gonna say what else, just your imagination.
Take that!
What the? These are, wait, what are they called? Oh yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints? Counsel? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective Mr. Hellick. Oh my gosh, nope. Nope. They're not gonna accept that, are they? It reveals all the places that Mr. Shakespeare touched in his room. Susato? Phrasing. Of course, it's Mr. Sholmes. They're not gonna accept it. They're not gonna accept it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's our great Sholmes fella. That's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appears to have been touched in some very unexpected places in this room. For example, here. Around the hanging
picture there? Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork perhaps? That close-up and that many times? Nah. At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of... Oh! I don't believe it! The gas lamp. Though the reason why it isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shakespeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. There we go. Like, okay. No. Actually, yes, this is part of everything that I've been thinking about. I think I'm on the right track. Right? What have you been up to, you nut? What have you been up to, you nut? Oh, suddenly he's quiet. I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement. Me? What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights on the entire building flicker. And now, if you recall juror number 3's statement... What? Me now? When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights and the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shakespeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey!
Are you suggesting that the man purposely caused the gas to...
Objection!
We are still in this summation. You do not get to speak. Okay? Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast to my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What the hell are you talking about? This guy.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Six?
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the evidence, by the defense, the so-called skin prints. The nerve of this man. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case. I was afraid of this. The thing about it, though, is that I already poisoned the juror's mind. So, it's a bit late for that. But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by amateur sleuth with too much time in his hands. Seriously, I don't want to see your wine glass, Bill. The poison of truth. Exactly. God.
Certainly, even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence. But
Please, my lord, if I may. Miss Susato? By all means, if you have something, please say it now. It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of this scene as a tool by which to explain the possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh, what a spin! I am. My head is reeling with that spin, Susato. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen. I'm sure the jurors would agree. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. You're number 3. Yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. I poisoned them. Oh my gosh. And I want to hear what shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints. Okay, we got 2. We need 2 more people.
what's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy. Well, I did say, didn't I? I don't like to break a promise. No, wait, you heard his lordship. It's not fair to income evidence.
Too late. It's a hung jury. Okay, it's a hung jury, which means they can't pronounce me guilty. They can't pronounce me innocent either. But I'm okay right now. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue. Thank you, Mr. Sato. I couldn't have done it without you. Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success. Oh, we got him! We got him in the ropes! Why, Mr. Shakespeare? You seem to be losing your composure. Compose something or the other. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it!
Very well. Continue, counsel.
Okay. We're in the orange. No green, no red, just in the orange. Yeah. Yeah, we are right there. In my logic, having considered all the evidence, defendant must be like... Very interesting. The results of the great detective investigation at the scene. We're the ones who decide if the evidence is worthy of consideration or not. Us, the jury. Thank you, juror number 3. Thank you. Perfectly in the middle. Gas doesn't come for free. We heard that. Let's talk to you. I haven't talked to you yet.
Hold it!
You mean it's poisoned?
That's right. It happened a tidy few times now. It's most troubling indeed. It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. You get in the tea time, see? I see her doing it, my wife. She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some of white powder on my cup.
White powder? And you drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. Someone gives you a cup, how you drink it.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
Yes. It was god awful, you believe me? Salty as a...
So, your wife gave you salty tea. Salty. You're like... It's just salt. It's just salt, you idiot. Oh boy. Then I think perhaps that your wife put in your tea was salt. Thank you, Susato.
No! So she doesn't care not to poison me properly.
Unbelievable. It's like, if you love me, you will poison me properly.
Let's move on, please.
Okay. So now the part is, we've talked to everybody. Okay, we can't pit the people who have already said innocent, so we have to figure this out. Is there anything else we can get from you? All the evidence, you say?
Right, and there's no room for doubt.
So pointing to Japanese man with the big mustache? Yeah. The defense just demonstrated another possible explanation of the events in the night in question. What did you make of that?
What? Your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself. Stop, Susato, please. You are singing us. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shakespeare had indeed put his mouth on the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Well, yes, I won't deny that it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides...
Yes?
Even if the fellow had been up to some mischief with a gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got out to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh! Do I have something about that? Second hand, nearby street matter, because come on, fix this medical report, gas meter. Let's see. I'm reading evidence. See if I find a clue. No. No, that's not right. Was he doing that the same? In strict 9, there was to the investigation. Okay. Come on. Is there anything at all? Anything at all that could say? Come on, I'll try to find something. If you can make your case better than that, I'm afraid that I can change my stance. You do make a very valid point, sir. What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. No, hold, wait. Look, you got your chance here, haven't you? It's time to prove your theory. You and your Japanese cohort can, that is. Okay, just leave our nationality out of this, please. Mr. Naruhodo, if we can substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that change their minds before me will very well change them back. What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question? Oh, okay. I have supporting testimony. Yes. I'm glad they gave me this because I was looking for like a statement, but I don't have a statement. So I know Natsume and I know Natsume will have a testimony, and I know Gary Dab also has testimony for this. Our absolute defense is breaking. No. We still got it. No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, we're gonna rebuild this. We're gonna rebuild our defense. Don't worry about it. There is witness testimony that substantiates it. What's that? Testimony? This is incredible. Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garda residence that night. Namely... Absolute Defense 2.0. So, we have two people that we can ask. Sosuke Natsume, because he experienced some things happening on the day on the day of the poisoning. And there's John Garidab, who always looks at what is going on with the gas. Do I want to go with Garidab or want to go... Garidab would not go with Natsume. I don't know. I feel kind of... Well, since I save, I'm gonna go with Natsume, because Natsume is here. Garidab, we will need to summon Garidab if we do that. Let's go with Natsume.
Take that!
Yes! Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Sosuke Natsume himself. The defendant? The defendant? At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. No, here we go. My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Even on that fateful night it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed to bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me! On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence? Or not? Here we go. Good golly! So that Shakespeare fellow blew away into the gas pipe to make the man's stuff go out on purpose? Now hold your horses there. What will you do that for? That's a really good... Someone did what? Yeah, they blew into a pipe and... Please don't make this any more sexual than it's actually sounding. Please, I'm trying to ignore that. But also, this guy, oh my gosh, he is sweating bullets. Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to pass whilst this doubt remains. Pay attention. See, I'm doing my job. It's true that I don't have any conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. You know it's true.
Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Woo! We're in the clear. Okay. That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Why do you want to kill? That's a good question. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue.
The defense has rightfully indicated the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the juror's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance to the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial.
Yay, we did it. Oh.
Mr. William Shakespeare.
My lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee?
What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
Wait. Yeah, you were... Yeah, it seems that we were correct. He was blowing into the pipe. We just have no conclusive evidence to say that he was actually blowing into the pipe, which caused the other, oh my gosh, the words escape me. The other stuff to go out. So now the question is why? We know the what, we know the who, so now we need to know the why. So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
Your handprints have made a tidy mess all over the well there. How do you explain that, eh?
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been solid enough already. Juror number 5.
Oh, me!
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-processed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. Maybe you should change your laws, Ben 6. Maybe. Ugh. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, unestablished conjecture. You will all do well to remember that. I hate that he is right by the rules of the game that is going right now. Ugh.
Objection.
But the prosecution must concede that it will be extremely simple to verify. Just order them out of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there.
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. What are you talking about? Just do that. It's simple. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Yes? Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. Ah, damn it. I didn't think of that either. Sorry, Ryunosuke. The law's being too OP. The law's too OP. Amend it now.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as to the... I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipe work where he lived.
Because he was being watched. Because he was being watched, and if people saw that he actually had a fire going on, he would have been investigated for gas theft. Which he's being investigated of right now, regardless. There's only one possibility that I can think of. And that is to use the licking gas to come. Ryunosuke, please. No. No, because that would have been problematic for him as well. Like, why would he try to murder Natsume or Gary Deb? It makes no sense, because he would have poisoned himself as well.
Order! Council! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we unravel this mystery so far. Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of... I wonder... Does he have a reason? Do we have any reason for Shakespeare to want to kill Gary Deb at all? I don't think so. I don't think so. The only two people he could have killed with that are Natsume and Gary Deb. And unless Mr. Gary Deb has some sort of dirt on... Yeah, I'm thinking Soseki too. But the only reason is this. They don't really like each other that much. They're neighbors and they barely know each other. But they did have that spirited debate. But I think that he could have been salty over losing that debate. Shakespeare was salty over losing the debate. So he wanted to... Being petty, he just like tried to kill Natsume. That is the pettiest reason for killing somebody I've ever seen in an Ace Attorney game, if that is true.
Take that!
Let's see. If a gas lamp were to go out, it will be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be suddenly extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
I live round those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You're freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Gary Deb, the landlord, has a large fire. Oh! Of course. He has a fireplace, so he doesn't really need gas, does he? Has a large fireplace in his part of residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. You got nothing to say? This is the time. Full injection, buddy. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder. Good gracious! Ho ho ho! Here we go. The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. What? How can you still claim that? Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison in the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then that arises is who put it there? It couldn't have been Natsume, because Natsume has never gone into that person's room. So we have to think Gary Deb or someone from the gas company. Who did put it there? It's not poison it's the gas itself. The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. No, because he's done it multiple times. Also, you saying that, buddy, you're basically admitting that this little piece of evidence is correct. Like, you're admitting to that, Man 6. Do you understand that?
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, why would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs? Not murderous, just trickery. You mean to suggest? Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could have possibly have known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison in the gas pipe in what was clearly a retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Sosuke Natsume. Your thought is every bit as conjecture as mine. You have no evidence of that, do you? Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. Do you understand how much conjecture you are building upon to come up to your conclusion? We don't know if there's actually poison. We don't know if he had murderous intentions. We don't know if Sasaki was a target. We don't know if Sasaki himself knew of these murderous intentions. We don't know if there was somebody else who did it, and we don't know for how long the poison could have been there. The amount of conjecture that you are spewing right now, Van Six, it's absolutely insane! Yeah, he's really pulling all of this stuff out of his ass, and it's like, and you're claiming that we are pulling conjecture when you're pulling the most conjecture in this thing. Your thus wouldn't be admissible in a court of law in this day and age. Just telling you now. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend? No! No. No. Guys, no. How did he manage to turn it around on me so rapidly? It's conjecture! He has no evidence to that fact! Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond! Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change the leanings against us again! And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage. Yeah, it seems that we are like nearing the end of this case. What advantage? Well, it would seem that somebody put poison in the gas pipe on Mr. Shakespeare's room, so we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. Are we continuing this whole poison thing? Okay, yes. Strychnine is a poison. The question is it? No. My thought process has been for the past few minutes that strychnine, the poison agent, exists within the gas, and because it is in such small quantities, it's basically harmless when it's burned. How you doing, Wendy? How was your nap? I'm here theorizing a little bit here. That has been my thought process, but it seems that we're not going that way. You know, strychnine in the gas is harmless when burnt, but if it's like inhaled, it becomes... You know, no, because if it was dangerous inhaled, then we will have a lot of cases for the gas company having poisoned their employees. So yeah, my logic is wrong there. Yeah, I'm just theorizing here. Okay, so we're gonna have to go with the whole there is actually some poison someplace. No, it's never, it's almost never our client. You mean name the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Nesmith's fate will be sealed once and for all. Okay. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. No. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, no. Please tell me this is not right. Please tell me this is not right. I just thought about something that's gonna be very, very bad, very tragic if true. Oh no. If I'm right, this case takes a turn for the tragic. The evidence, the poison. It's all pointing to a particular person now. The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. What? Oh, don't you worry. We know exactly what. There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit?
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives. My Nipponese friend. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this is it. But why not? His child? No. See, here's the thing. He's dead. As far as I know, this guy has passed away some time ago. So I think you're right in saying that. I think he is Gary Depp's kid. But that would mean that if this guy is dead, then Gary Depp must have had some sort of like grudge against the person or people who caused this guy's death. But Duncan Ross. Oh my god! Who died of gas poisoning? Well, his name is Duncan Ross, not Gary Depp. Maybe he's like a adopted son, or maybe something like he's like a son or a nephew or something like that. Maybe I do believe that maybe they're related. I don't think it's Miss Green. I don't think it's Olive Green. But here's this thing. Oh my god, no. Now I'm overthinking it. There was a time when Olive and Shakespeare were talking in the hospital. We didn't know the contents of that conversation, but there was some sort of argument going on. I'm still leaning towards Gary Depp. Because if there's somebody who could go into that room unannounced and has the keys to that room, it's Gary Depp. This farce has gone on for so long already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Wow, Van 6. Thank you. Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime? I think I'm right, but I'm not 100% sure. Young Gary Depp, what are you doing?
Take that!
You claim this person is the true culprit? Highly suspicious, I would say yes. Perhaps, my learned Nipponese friend, you should turn the wide eyes of suspicion on yourself. What? Okay, so it's not Gary Depp. We think that your reckless reasoning makes you far more than anyone else's unique name. A very dangerous man indeed. Gah! Mr. Neruda, please, you must concentrate. I was trying to. Then you must concentrate harder. Harsh. Okay. Now there's only a... I don't have a reason to believe that Meter Man is the true culprit. I have one reason to believe that he's the true culprit. Olive Green is kind of suspicious, but I don't think she is it. Because I do remember she was all around the area when she was stabbed. But the question is, why was she around the area? Other than to get books, but she was around the area. So she could have... So she knows the place. And she knows that Duncan was living there until about a month ago. I'm gonna go against my grain and gonna go with Meterman. Because I feel that there's something about him though.
Take that!
And it's not him. Nope. It's not him. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. I got this. So I only have two other options. Olive Green or Shakespeare himself. Maybe he was trying to, you know, end himself. I'm gonna try her, but I don't think it's her.
Take that!
No! Don't tell me I was right! The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green.
I know, right? I'm like, please, no!
I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel, but I don't recall where...
Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago? The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness to... Oh my god! She had the poison! She had the poison on her hands that other day! She had... was it yesterday? On yesterday's investigation or the day prior? That we found her. She was about to drink something and we stopped her. And we saw that she spilled the drink. And we saw that a rat started drinking it and it died. The rat died. So she had poison. Oh my gosh. It's obvious that she was stricken with sadness after losing her beloved fiancé. That she wanted to basically kill whoever killed him and take her and then take herself down with it, with this whole situation. Oh my gosh. Poor lady. At one part, poor lady, and the other part, like, and I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shakespeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi. True, on the night in question, Miss Green was in the hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still... And here is what I wonder about. How did she get into the room? 1. How did she... like, do the poisoning? 2. And it had to have happened before she got stabbed. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. Good gracious! She had poison? And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she'd be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court. Tell me, Mr. Shakespeare. My lord, pray, what be thy bidding? Are you acquainted with Miss Green? Oh, no, never heard of her. Judging by the look of Mr. Shakespeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name. As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Japanese friend's farce through to its conclusion. He's just here for the circus show. Good lord, I want to punch him. Who? Then 6 or Shakespeare? The correct answer is both. I appreciate that. The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord, 1 hour should be sufficient. I'm straight as it is always. Yeah. Very well, I grant the request. Excellent. I hope. The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's arguments remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We will convene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned. Oh my god. This case with its twists and turns is gonna drive me insane, and people tell me that the cases after this get even crazier. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah. That is insanity in that case. Okay, I need some water. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. Oh wow, this case is just going at places.
jumping jacks! Oh, hi, Sasuke, I miss you. Kind of. Oh, Mr. Natsume. I'm so pleased for you. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquires. This is new. Who, Sasuke? Oh, he's an old hat. He's been accused already twice and he's been everywhere. Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent. Ah, good morning, my dear fellow. You out! Oh, the phrase. Ah! Look, Cholmes! May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent. Sasuke, we're trying to prove that your tea is not poisoned. Please don't say those things. I thought the tea was innocent. I know. Oh, Mr. Cholmes, you're here. Wonderful. Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's nearly time for luncheon. Yes, where's my food, boy? Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort except where's my food. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all its own, does it not? Oh, yes. Yes, but we are halfway through this case already. And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, after time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? No. Who's this guy? Can somebody get this guy's parents? I think he is like lost. Oh, yes. Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink at night. And the results? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness. Damn you, Sholmes. Shocking. And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already. What's wrong with you? What others presuppose, I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Ah, yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this? Oh, yes! Yes, I need this! Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task as the bottle was near empty, so such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contains strychnine. It's a done deal! It's a done deal! We know the who, we know the what, we need to know the how and the why. So I was right. Perhaps, though of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Okay, bottle of poison, a bottle found in the possession of Miss Green with traces of the slow-acting poison strychnine inside. Could I have a word? Who's talking? Oh! Gregson, how good of you to come. Hi there, Gregson, how are you doing? How's them chips? Forget it. Excuse me. Oh, wait a minute, Inspector! He was just leaving to grab his chips and then come back. See? He was just joking. He just needed his chips.
I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself.
When you look at yourself, I say someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely.
Gregson, my favorite detective. Poor Sholmes. Gregson is your favorite detective, and Sholmes is what? Chopped liver?
Believe me, if I could do that, my life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Do you have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shanspeare's room?
Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually.
Worst detective, poor Sholmes. Look, he's funny. I'll give him that. He's funny. Is that enough? Maybe. Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shanspeare's room? Yeah, I was thinking about that guy, but Sholmes is just bad. Poor Sholmes. I was thinking about this thing, but I couldn't link it to anything yet. A man by the name of... Oh, yes, Selden.
I went through the archives of the art and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in there that... Well, it caught my eye.
Something? Selden. If you know any Seldens, I'm sorry. Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What?
I've copied out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourself.
Oh, thank you. The capital offenders file has been entered into the court record. Scotland Yard's finally file about the convicted criminal Selden that includes the newspaper article about him dying of illness in prison. These documents... Oh, show me them documents. Okay, first this. Okay. So this is the poison we've been hearing so much about, strychnine. There are a few remnants at the bottom of the bottle here, though. And so... You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not, as long as we don't lose this trial. No, even if we lose the trial. No, we mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhado. Make your mind up, Mr. Sudo-san. Because I am done with Bazinga. Oh! Oh, you're talking about Sheldon, that guy from... Oh my gosh. That TV show. Yeah. I haven't ever seen that show, actually. I don't like it that much. So what about this thing? Okay. Big Bang Theory. There you go, thank you. Investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Suspected murder, nice. Died of natural causes whilst in poison, his final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole remains uncovered. Man, 1,000 pounds of loot in that time, that must be like tens or maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds today. Not a small number by this point. Condemned criminal dies of natural causes poison. Manchester Strangeways poison announced the death of convicted murderer and Bulgar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever ever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. The only big... Okay, we got two big pieces of information here. Sorry. First of all, he has done burglary and suspected of murder. And also, there is a loot that he has somehow stolen and has not been found. I wonder about that. The weird thing is, we got this piece of evidence, but this is part of this piece of evidence. There's nothing new. I do wonder if... Sorry. If the cellmate... I don't know, because he's been... Nah, I can't... I'm counting out the fact... I'm counting out the possibility of the cellmate killing Selden. Because Selden already had been having problems unless he was being slowly poisoned. We'll see. We'll see how this goes out. These documents include details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have to duplicate information. Thank you, Susato. I wish I had known this 10 minutes ago. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things are handled in the proper fashion. Those Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown. Yeah, thank you. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe? Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Well, thank you. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with intent from the public gallery. Not nutting off at all, certainly not. Thank you, Sholmes. Thank you for the support. It helps a lot. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in floods of tears, personally, so best of luck to you. Welcome, student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes, Mr. Natsume? It's time, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shakespeare. This is gonna be the final battle. I won't really have say, Mr. Sasuke-san, until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Rinosuke. You have to. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much longer this is gonna go on. I'm suspecting this is gonna go for at least another hour before we see the results. Okay, come on. We can do this. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session once again. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense, namely that the victim of the case we are here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. Sheesh! Totally not prejudiced at all there, Van Six. Totally not. Thank you for that backhanded consideration. Yeah, we totally got it. A rather cold assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord Van Six, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand? Ready and waiting in the witness antechamber, my lord. Very well. Bailiff, bring the witness in. Oh, both of them are gonna go at the same time. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court, please. William Shakespeare, my liege. No, sorry. William Shakespeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that it be a tragic victim, to be pitied. Currently unemployed, in other words. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose. Also currently unemployed, in other words. What a coterie.
Mr. Shakespeare?
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. A possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green?
Yes?
You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume?
Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I don't know anything about any poisoning. And... You know what is that? No! No! No, 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 no. This is cursed. This pairing is cursed. Do not. Wind? No. I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady. Die to live. Oh, her sass. Yeah, I was about to say, like, no, please, no. No, you know what? Her sass? Yes, we can have some sass. Although she's mostly a pitiable creature, her moments where she has sass, her sass meter on, yes. All the yes. Verily, I know not thy prickly pigmented personage. Pretty professional there. Please, you gotta kill Shakespeare. No, please. Shakespeare does need to go.
Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand, being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange. Very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely even go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed by the neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night of this man was poisoned, I was still in the hospital, fighting for my life. It's always the quiet kids. No, please. You know, when I was small, it's saying that from a quiet kid. You know, when I was small, I was the quiet kid, and people always said, wait until he explodes. He's just gonna be an insufferable, annoying, and hard-partying kind of individual. It's like, I don't know, that never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, same here. Yes, we're all a bunch of like quiet kids here, just like taking advantage of the internet to speak the words that we never spoken outside of the internet. And you know what? All types are welcome right here. Oh yeah. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside of the Gary Depp household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife. Through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing. Girl, you don't quit, do you?
Your energies may be better spent worrying about random life attacks, I feel, Miss Gerdep.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shakespeare lodging is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. You know, Death, in this place we don't fat shame, but at the same time, that is unfit. Yeah, she needs to do something about that. the incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful accident? Unfortunately, yes. Please to the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shakespeare. Here's something that I want to say that always worried me about this case in particular. Yeah. But there's something I'm worried about this case. In the case, I think it was the third case of the first game when we were dealing with the first case that Mr. Natsume was involved in. I think it was Natsume. I think it was this case or the other one. Whichever it was. We saw Mr. Shakespeare once in that case, and it was never elaborated. Why was he there? I think this is gonna come into play. Like, why did we... but what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned.
Let us proceed then. The witness will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road in the evening of the 17th of February.
So I wonder if that's gonna come to play. Let's go into the testimony though. It was 6 days ago, about 5 p.m. I was walking along the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, I happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have the lodgings. Question, Miss Green? Why are you painting your face? I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper. Wait. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had little matter to attend to, that's all. Hold up. The tavern we're talking about. Wasn't it over here? Like here? Trying to remember. It was somewhere around here. So he should have seen the incident taking place. Why weren't you a witness then? Anyway, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all this business.
Yes, the second incident inside a week, at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings.
Oh boy, give me a second. Sorry. Okay, moving on.
One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence.
Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shakespeare? It was the following morn when I did awaken that I learnt of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine? Hopefully it's not poison. Oh my god. Can you imagine? When Sasaki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder? As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance. It does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance, but I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here, I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
Yes, my lord. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see if I can actually pull something from here. Okay, tell us more details about that, because you're just saying the same thing over and over. I'm well acquainted with this case. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit was arrested. Yes, the incident has been resolved already.
Perhaps it would help you consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening, as should now be forgotten.
Yeah, I suppose so. Thank you.
But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day, for us to arrive at the truth about this new case.
The trouble is, there is nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement.
Okay, tell me about this one. I know. What were you doing there that day, though?
What do you mean?
The art school you attend? What's it called?
Oh, yes. It's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts.
According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road. Not so ordinary. Yeah, not so ordinary. Which is some 10 stops away from the scene of the... Which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road. Is that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End?
Well, it's because, oh yes, of course, I thought I might make a nice picture.
The witness is a student of art. City dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas.
That's right. I happen to like the crumbly look of that part of town.
Perhaps quaint would have been a little less grating term? I don't know, Susato, this girl just like... I don't know, she's kinda direct. The point is, she's definitely hiding something.
Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth.
If she's trying to hide why she was there that evening, it must mean there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key to this. And you, Mr. Shakespeare, on the evening in incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly you were doing?
It would be my pleasure, sire.
So we know he was at a tavern. A tavern, you say? Which one?
It was the Slog and Salad where I did tarry. There's a Yule in the East End.
And a little unexpected, I feel.
Huh?
What do you mean, Lord Van Six? The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least. Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room. Haha, I think I know what's going on with this guy.
It's true. The menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness.
I would have expected Grub's grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means. Watery soup and mushy peas. Or rather, soupy water and pea like mush. Ho 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 ho! The burn! Sheesh. You definitely seem to have a lot of money, Mr. Van Six, for you to like... Get him! Get him! I know. But yeah, he seems to like punch down at a lot of people. From different races, different classes. Van Six for all equally appetizing.
I just wanted to try some water from different pub for once. What's wrong with that?
How different can water really be? You probably shouldn't ask that question.
Or perhaps there's more plausible explanation. Specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment.
Agreed.
The fact that on that day of all days he died in a place
that he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shakespeare's own actions to the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. I wonder who has some evidence that can explain those actions.
Let me see. Do we have any evidence? Piece of envelope that was found in Mr. Ruled him. Now, where do we find the other part of this? I wonder if this has anything to do with it. I'm gonna say we don't have evidence at the moment, but this is what we need. I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment. If we find a clue that could explain why Mr. Shakespeare went there, we must present it to the court. Yes, absolutely. We'll find it, don't worry about it.
If that is all in this matter, Counsel, I would ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement.
So this is the first... I don't think so, but I don't have evidence for that.
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing really. It was not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. I was related to the card you were holding. Oh, thank you. Please, please, please. Tell us about it. Miss Green! What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. Yeah, this is... I think this is what it is. Hopefully. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? This has nothing to do with Duncan. Do you know Duncan by any chance?
Excuse me.
Mr. Shakespeare, do you have something to share with the court? Huh? What the heck you're hiding? To be or not to be? That is the question. I was wondering he was gonna say that. Ah, Ray, forgive me. The great bard's words bringeth form within me with near a thought. Don't tell me. It's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Nay, sire. 'Twas nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though? Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would be so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows are rarely known of me to me. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? Why the heck you lying? Why you always lying? Come on, man. Don't do that. We got you by the frills in your hair. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Definitely nothing else.
Miss Green?
Me, my lord? Oh, have I done something wrong?
The card that was mentioned before, contained in the note. Do you have it upon your person?
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please.
Thank you. So Miss Green's card. An envelope? A note in an envelope that seems to have been ripped rather roughly. It contains instructions to meet with someone who claims to have information about Duncan Ross. You know what this means, right? Of course, that's what links Mr. Shakespeare and Miss Green. Let's see. The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah! Hey, just going to have a good stream and I'm heading to bed, but we'll leave stream and lurk to keep that view for you. Hey, Gobi, thank you so much for like picking out here. Thank you. Just go to sleep. You're okay. I'm just streaming late, that's why, but it's fine. And hope to see you later. Good night. What is it? The way the envelope is torn. I'm almost sure I've seen the exact same shape somewhere else. Oh! You don't mean... Were you thinking this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, that's right. Stream. Yeah. Wait, what stream? Who's streaming? I don't know who's streaming. There. First, try to mash them up. This will be a mini game in other Ace Attorney games, trying to match this up. They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card. Haha. So, the envelope fits perfectly with a torn off piece found at the scene of the crime. So, this Miss Green had this envelope, but oh no. Miss Green must have been at... I wonder. I have a lot of ideas in my head, but the one thing that we know for sure is that this links Miss Green to the scene of the crime. Simple as that. Steam, who's supposed to be stream. Okay. Anything else that we need to know about this piece of it? No. Autocorrect at the finest. Yep. I'm almost certain you're watching this on a phone, probably. But yeah. Autocorrect be an idiot. It's Duncan Ross. Mm-hmm. Now continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if there's evidence of... I'm trying to figure out if the evidence that we found is good enough to go back and try to, like, give it to him. But I'm not sure. Let's see... Was it here, though? Let me see. Let me see. I like how it sounds. Okay. Does this evidence... Does this evidence explain anything? I'm gonna try it, but I'm not entirely sure if I have all the facts in yet for this particular piece of evidence. Mr. Shakespeare? Yes, sire? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slog and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakest. Very well. I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slog and Salad that day, namely... I don't think this is correct, though. Let me see. I believe this card reveals the answer. Oh, we got it. We actually got it.
Good lord! Miss Green's card, you mean?
That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shakespeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Very suspicious. Now the question is, where does this lead us to? Oh, personally, I find it hard to believe that that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shakespeare? Oh, well... Excuse me, can I say something? Oh, Nito. Yes, Miss Green. That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this, odd man, does it? Well, you think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely... Oh, Lord, may I? May you what? Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include details about the peculiar note.
There's no way to to me and my address. It has nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. I'm sorry, but that's wrong again.
Objection.
Nope. My man, my lady, no. See, the day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago, this note was delivered to your address, as you say. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in the hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible. Everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Where did you find that? In Mr. Shakespeare's room. In my room? Mr. Shakespeare. Yeah, that's the thing. I can tell where this case is going, and it's a little bit tragic, but at the same time, it's getting kind of easier. Do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon followed the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shakespeare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? Come on. Come on. Tell us. I know you know. I know you know about this. Oh, I'm going... Here's the thing. You might be the victim, but you are not guilt-free. And you, Miss Green. Oh, what did I do? As this torn-off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession? Great questions there. I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shakespeare's room, Mr. Shakespeare's room, and stole it. You did what? Sorry. Thou hast what? Thou wert in my room. What did that do you want with me?
It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again.
Yeah, keep painting. We know what's going on, and I am so sad that he had to. Miss Green. Yes. Whilst thou have the court sympathy, I'm sure for the suffering you have endured in these recent events, anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. Yes, I know. Oh man, Miss Green. I'm so sorry. I have to say, I've been thinking about the facts on this case, but the thing about it is that this case has a lot to do with the previous case that we already saw when we were back in Japan in the future. And I'm trying to think, like, why? Why does this case have anything to do with what's going on in the future?
Very well then, witness. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green's claims to have received.
Okay. Come on. Give me something here. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago peradventure that note was delivered unto me. On the day writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the slug and salad, yet nobody came. You know what I'm thinking? I'm just gonna break character right now. You know what I'm thinking? He wrote the letter. I think Shakespeare wrote the letter. That's what I'm thinking. And the question is, why? Why did he write the letter? But that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Thereafter, on the evening, I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see the note had vanished. I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain there. As for the torn off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it.
You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shakespeare?
Faith is so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was
a lie. Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I've done lying.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. That no one's delivered to me than my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, that doesn't mean there can't be two liars. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I don't see why I could explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened. That's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer. The fledgling will do his best. Fledgling, my word. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth.
Well, counsel.
Okay, I'm ready, Your Honor. My lord.
Very well then, the defense will not proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses.
Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shanspere's room. There can be no question about that. And that's how he acquired the note. Yes, two facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. And it's not a pretty one. Nope. Because if it's true that she broke into Mr. Shanspere's room and she had the poison in hand, then she must have placed the poison in several places. Stubborn initiacy. Oh yeah. So I'm thinking that there might be poison in other areas that he could have stuck his tongue at. I wonder. I do wonder. Okay, cross-examination. Let's do this again. Okay, so you say now you have the letter. And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all? Nay, sire, this is strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with the knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily 'tis impenetrable. Sorry about that sound. But Mr. Duncan Ross had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor, so surely you knew him, didn't you? Alack, if the choices be betwixt I knew him and I knew him not. Oh, come on, are they bringing this back? Well, if I had to say between I knew him and I didn't know him, then I have to lead into I didn't know him. Is that what you're gonna see? Then 'tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare that we were by some small measure acquainted. I object! I object to this man's everything! Everything about this man is suspicious. I'm telling you, Sinbad, this case is giving me everything. Everything and everything that I don't want. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the slug and salad. Presumably, that has nothing to do with your knowledge of literature? Married, though, not... Not will I have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. Sustain. Wait! You sustained the objection to your object? Wait. There's a whole different case going on in the... There's a whole different case going on in the chat. What is going on now? You guys are insane. But please, go on. So 'tis true. I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satisfied. On the day okay. So you were there for a whole hour. Tell me about that. So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared? Well, yes, sire. 'Tis as thou sayest. Really? You paused for a moment before you answered. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall. Really? You mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all? I was not alone that night in the slug and salad, my lord. No, 'tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. This guy has no money whatsoever. He got a glass of water and a piece of bread. Oh my gosh, how poor can you get? And all around me danced a great many companions. What do you mean? Flies, fire, fly. I am done with this dude. I am so done with him. I am so done with Shakespeare. I want to see you on the behind bars. I know. Good lord. How lonely can you get? Wow, savage. That's savage wind. I object to the objection that was sustained, who was overruled. Damn it, guys, I'm the judge in this case, and I say you guys are taking it a little bit too much. No, it's okay. Go ahead. Go crazy. In the name of Beelzebub, what are they? Fairies, perchance, from a midsummer night's dream, come to taunt me. I think they were just flies. I can't help but think that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around. I know, Susato, I know. Is that wrong of me? Probably. Okay. So...
Hold it!
So talking about the day of the crime in question. Why isn't this a fine... a 5-star joint? Because it's a 5-fly joint, Windy, that's why. So when exactly did you notice he had gone missing? Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busy with greater ideas. In other words, you didn't notice. Oh wow, savage. So several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Nasume's visit to your room. Yes, it would appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval. Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busy with greater ideas. And yet, during that time, Miss Green was comatose in the hospital, was she not? Clearly then, she would not have been stealing things from Mr. Shakespeare's room. Yes, of course. But if she stole the note after, it would have been the same night, right? I'm thinking the situation about the poisoning. Is she putting poison on the room and stealing the note? All that happened. I have it all wrong. I now understand the case. She wrote the note. She wrote the note that made him go to that completely different place so that he wouldn't be able to see what was going on. So she snuck into the room, laced poison in several areas, stole the note, and ran away. But in the process of running away, she was unfortunately stabbed, and that's what caused the case before to happen. And because on that other case, her body was moved to the other side of the street, we didn't know how did she fall, because we thought that she was falling with the face. Let me look at the call record real quick. We thought that she fell here facing south, but if what I'm saying is right, she was stabbed and she fell facing north. And then she was moved to the other side of the street over here. I think that's what happened in this case. I think so. Okay, moving on. It's also sort of misunderstanding, isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? He's saying nothing. You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. Oh. I am not here to advocate for your defense, madame. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that. Oh, dearie me. What's Lawrence 6 getting at? Yeah, he's trying to make sure you fail miserably, so we have to make sure we don't fail miserably. Okay, so I do believe you snuck into his room, so... It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shakespeare about a week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way you could have happened except for you breaking into Mr. Shakespeare's lodgings.
Objection!
But for what reason would the witness have done that? I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, Until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Miss Green would only have to come to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Mr. Shakespeare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. And if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings... What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though? I messed up that line in every way possible. Yes, we should pursue that idea, Miss Naruhodo. Okay, we're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. So, let me do this one and see if we get something else out of this. So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? Oh, I'm a fledgling artist. Remember, artists are nearly always introverted characters. Not as bad as me. Oh, don't worry, we both fail in the English language anyway. Introverted? Fie, this fledgling doth readily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song, the wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity, wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman? Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Tragedy. Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction thereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years. Alas, enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. Please stop gyrating. You're making me uncomfortable. Mr. Naruhodo, interject with some clever remark. No, I refuse. This is your chance to shine. I'm no Shakespearean actor, Miss Susato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. It's evidence. Yes. So it's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Shakespeare's room, isn't it? That's where she found this letter. Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. So, it seems to me that it is here that we need to present evidence. The question is, which evidence do we need to present? I have two theories so far. She broke into the room. So, do you know where the straw cleaner went? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Sorry about that. A little bit of an intermission so I could stand up. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so I'm thinking of what potential ideas could it be. First of all, maybe she was trying to like get the loot. I know you're hiding somewhere. No, I'm right here. I'm not hiding from you. Totally not. Who could ever say such a thing? So I'm thinking this. The loot. Maybe she's trying to get to the loot. Or she's trying to avenge this guy's death. I'm thinking, what could have possibly... I also have the idea that maybe she wanted to recover this just to try to take away any involvement of her in like the poisoning or any other types of crime that might happen. I don't know if this is exactly what it is, but we'll check it out. Okay, I'm gonna go one by one through the ideas. First, Hugh.
Objection.
It's not it. The last statement was contradictory in a number of ways, I think you'll find.
In a number of ways, you say?
That's right, my lord. In a number of ways.
Perhaps it will serve you with to concentrate your efforts on one contradiction at a time, Counsel.
Ugh, made a bit of a mess of that in a number of ways, actually. Okay, so it's not that. So my idea is that it is it's related to this, perhaps.
Objection.
It's not. Come on. Let's just do it quickly, because now my third idea is that it's related to this person. Related to this person. Because it's the fabric that connects these two guys. So let me see.
Objection.
Okay, not quite right. Okay, I'm really trying to figure this out, and it's not coming through. Okay, where's my mouse? Okay, you just give me a second here. Why does she keep erasing the... Shh! Don't. Okay, so remember how I said... Also, don't question it. Fledging out his powers, there we go. So remember how I said there was another reason why she went in?
Objection.
I was wondering when this was gonna come into play. So yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilled during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to the defense's independent analysis, the jumpscare was just that. Yeah, let's not talk about that. The liquid that was still in the bottle has been identified as strychnine. What? Strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare? Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason and one reason only: to cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room with poison. You know what? I had another thought. How would she know that he does that? And I think the answer is very simple. She is spying on him in the same way that the gas company was spying on him, through the windows, so that he wouldn't know. So, in the day that she was stabbed, she wasn't just merely walking away, she was standing there looking into the room. That would have made him an even easier target for the knife to get her. Miss Green, I'm sorry, you're looking more and more guilty.
Can this be?
You broke into my room too! It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shakespeare's life in poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh my god! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh! Somebody help her!
Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison at the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill?
Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts.
But as Miss Green did indeed set this audio strap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth in the pipe that very evening as suspected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely.
Well, that's a very good point. Perhaps not, my lord.
Beg your pardon.
Wait, what? There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. What is she drawing? What is she drawing? I don't know. Excuses, I guess? Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at the time. PP. Why, in the 19th century London, would you believe all artists learn to nude people? I guess, but come on. Why would she want to draw a pee-pee? That would be so immature. And yes, actually, I would totally see her doing it. It's the logic of picturing people in their underwear, I guess.
Lord Van Six?
And of course, the following morning there was more activity at Mr. Shakespeare's address. More activity? Oh, yes!
You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder?
That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shakespeare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for very sinister reason himself, to cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But when Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. But why right now? Because she's a deviant. She doesn't care if anybody sees. She's just doing whatever she wants. In the circumstances, Mr. Shakespeare had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe. His intended victim being in a prison cell, with the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison in the pipe lay dormant. And then, 3 days ago, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end.
The trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted.
That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Shakespeare was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison was present in the mouth of the gas pipe, had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier. Come on, fall down, fall down. With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan.
What plan?
She's in a box out there. I know. She's so small, she has to be in a box. The court recalled that the note gave instructions to visit the slug and salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for the instructions are now clear. To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time. Exactly what I was saying. I definitely don't know. Totally winded. You're like, what? 512 millimeters high? To make sure I wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your 6'10" in your dreams. If you're 6'10", I am totally like a 15-foot alien. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter was written by Miss Green? Yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison all over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room.
Order! What you have to say for yourself, witness?
Miss Green? That's big if you dream. Oh, she dreams big. Too bad it's not the truth. I really didn't want to believe this, Miss Green, but... Come on. Just who are you? Why are you trying to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. He's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. So, that's what's behind all this. It's revenge. It always has been revenge, hasn't it?
You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack of the victim's life?
Duncan Ross, isn't it? He believes Shakespeare killed Duncan Ross, right?
Take that!
Duncan Ross?
That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garidev's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago, when the man died in strange circumstances at this haunted lodgings.
That does ring a big... Oh! Of course, yes! I remember now! The young man they claim was strangled by the convict's curse of some sort.
Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shakespeare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple. Yeah, what you gotta say to Dad? You're a murderer. Shakespeare, you're a killer. You're a simple killer. That's all it was. Miss Green? Miss Green? Well, what do you know?
The world. So unfair. Curses. Curious deaths. That's all people care about. It's all an interesting story. They want to know. Doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story's lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean Duncan was? Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shakespeare.
But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Oh my god! This case! Mary! Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shakespeare, you smeared poison all over the end of the gas pipe?
She's not gonna answer, is she?
Look at her! Look at her! She's absolutely like destroyed. Like she is super sad. My gosh, I want to give her a hug even though she tried to kill this guy and get somebody else, you know, accused for it.
This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different counts of murder.
Oh. I know. Burn him in the stake. And she should get a hug even though she tried to kill this guy. Like, she should suffer the consequences of what she did, but... oh my gosh. Yes, my lord. That is correct.
Objection!
Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learner friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas, thus causing his judgment to be clouded. What? Why would Mr. Shakespeare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. I mean, you are not wrong about that. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slight. These lies, all lies. I denied every utterance. Accident? Huh. That's what they want to say. Then you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. I mean, I expect that. Miss Green. I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not gonna send to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room, and if you didn't do it to smear poison in the pipe, what was your reason? Stop brandishing. Lower your brush, please, madam. I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. Sorry? You're right, I suspect him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh, vileness of villainy, of tyranny, around the tea of woman. We don't fat shame here, Shakespeare, shut it. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. The whole place is falling apart. The locks and the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some turps and a piece of wire. Oh, awfulness! Oh, artfulness! Oh, tyranny! Oh, profanity of woman! We will consider you trespassing on some future occasion. But for now, tell the court what you found. What evidence your search revealed.
Well, I spotted a note that I sent him lying on the ground floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place.
Yes, we also discovered a hiding place.
Inside, we find a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin.
An empty tin box! An empty tin box! An empty tin box! How do you think that man has been living there for all this time? Oh my god.
Oh, yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty.
What? There was something in it?
Yes. This rather nice key.
Look at her smug face. Oh, this case is gonna go for way longer than I thought it was going to. This case, okay. Oh, this is it. This is it. For what? Exactly, for what? This is the link that this case has to whatever happened some time ago, and we weren't supposed to talk about this case at all. Whatever that key unlocks has to be huge. Oh my gosh. Here's the problem. It's approaching the witching hour for me. I've gone on for far longer than I thought I was going to. This case is getting super interesting, but I have to end it here. I am so sorry because this is getting very, very interesting. So, next Saturday, I'm gonna come back to this case because it's getting really interesting. I want to see what this key unlocks. I'm pretty sure this case has like maybe 30-40 minutes left in it. And after that, we're gonna go straight into the next case. But I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end it here because I can't go on for longer. I wanted to go on for a bit longer, but I literally can't. So, unless anybody else wants to say anything else, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. Whether live or on the vlog. On the vlog, yeah, on the vlog. And I want to send you over to a friend. That's not what I want to click. Let's see. Oh, come on. What's her name? Okay, who's Seto? There you are. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys to there because reasons. And good night. All right. So I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. See you guys later. And I hope you dream of this key because we're going to be seeing this exact same key on Saturday. Bye then.